This is Ho Chi Minh City, the economic capital of Vietnam, where old colonial buildings now share the skyline with modern structures. As the economy has opened up, the country of more than 86 million people has boomed. In the past decade, this southern megalopolis has seen a steady 15% population growth. With 9 million people here, new urban policies have had to be adopted with outside help.
In the past 10 years, Ho Chi Minh City has seen strong urban development. This urbanization has come too fast for our management abilities and legal system to keep pace. We have to improve these different points if we are to serve the inhabitants' living conditions better.
Vo Tan Van co-directs the Paddy Cooperative Decentralization Program between Ho Chi Minh Province and the French Rhône-Alpes region, an example of links Vietnam wants to build up with Europe. 35 years after diplomatic ties were re-established with France, it's a major partner. The Rhône-Alpes project has been going for about 10 years, mostly concentrating on training, health and urban planning.
Everything needs to be done. There's a huge need for infrastructure, whether it's roads, waste treatment or water purification, to name just a few areas. Everything the city needs to function has to evolve in terms of how it's managed and also being equipped with infrastructure.
One of Ho Chi Minh City's big challenges is to develop a public transport system. The service today meets about 10% of the demand. The lack of public transport is one of the causes of traffic strangulation. Rubbish and wastewater treatment are other priorities. The population explosion has brought serious pollution. According to municipal estimates, most of the city's 6,000 tons of daily waste ends up in dumps.
Toutes les grandes villes des pays en voie de développement, Ho Chi Minh Ville est confrontée actuellement à des problèmes d'infrastructure, de réseau d'eau, de déchets, de services qui ne sont pas encore à la hauteur de la...
Rubbish poses enormous problems, as there are few ways to treat it. Foreign technical cooperation helps enormously with funding. We have a vast open-air dump 20 kilometers from the city. Therefore, transport is very important. The time this takes and the costs that go with it, the city cannot possibly afford this.
Les transports sont très importants. Le temps de transport et le coût sont trop élevés pour la ville qui ne peut du tout assurer ses financements.
One of the Paddy project's goals is to boost local urban know-how through training. This young learner went to study in France 4 years ago.
Urbanism in Vietnam is a very new field. There's so much for us to do, working with the French experts or others. In the future, I could contribute to Vietnam.
Foreign partnerships can also contribute to social development here. The influx of poor people from rural Vietnam adds to pressures. Even though there's an abundance of labour, many sectors of activity lack qualified workers. The authorities are concentrating on professional training networks. This French-type bakery may look like a colonial throwback on the face of it, but it's providing apprenticeships for 16 to 20-year-olds with difficult social backgrounds. The bakery is part of a school for the hospitality trades.
Trước kia
I was in junior high school, but my family had money troubles. I had to drop out to take a job as a parking attendant. Thanks to a social help centre, I was sent to this school. It's letting me learn a trade.
The Sesame School was set up in 2002 as a French-Vietnamese joint venture. Its activities now generate revenue from the bakery, a catering service, and a restaurant. The French NGO Triangle supervised it for 5 years before handing over to the Ho Chi Minh Province's Social Affairs Department to manage.
Cái tiêu chí là cái sự tài trợ đó là thuộc cái lĩnh vực giáo dục, đào tạo giáo dục.
There were two important criteria for the Rhone Alps region.
Cái thứ hai nữa là bền vững.
First, the project had to be in the domain of professional development.
Cơ sở vật chất mà có tính cách lâu dài.
And it had to be sustainable, to become autonomous. It wasn't just a matter of paying salaries in the short term. It took the long-term view.
Cho nên chính cái bền vững là thành lập cái trường để hoạt động lâu dài, có hiệu quả.
Offering young people prospects for the future is essential in a city where more than half the population is aged less than 25. The restaurant sector is expanding a lot, and many former Sesame students have found jobs in it. Some have made a 5-star success of it. Nat finished his training in 2005. Today he bears substantial responsibility in the kitchen at Ho Chi Minh City's prestigious Hotel Majestic.
What was most useful about my training is not just the techniques or knowing how to make particular dishes. What all the apprentices at Sesame learn, and will keep with them their whole lives, I believe, is the experience our master teachers transmitted, especially from abroad. There is no other school in Vietnam where you have this sort of opportunity. For me, it was a radical turning point. If I hadn't been through the Sesame School, I really don't know what would have become of me.
The future shows promise then. In 10 years, trade between Europe and Vietnam has already multiplied 4-fold.